Ni hao. Hello, my name's Niki Hare. I never wanted to be an artist. I had a long career working with horses and was then looking to find another job as I was getting older. And whilst I was trying to find a job, I sort of started experimenting with photography and painting. I'm very much self-taught, so I didn't know what I was doing, but somehow I think that's quite creative because you then become quite experimental and try lots of different things. I've been painting full-time now for 10 years, which I find hard to believe, but I think I just got lucky with the internet. When I was working with horses, I didn't even know what the internet was. That was a bit of a shock to the system, but it meant that I could show my work everywhere around the world, and certainly to start with, the market was very much overseas, so the internet has definitely worked to my advantage. The inspiration for the paintings is very much the boring day-to-day and whatever's going through my mind at the time. It just makes sense to paint about whatever you're feeling, whatever you know, so that you can use the painting to express that. So Search was inspired by one of the writings found on Richard Diebenkorn's wall, on his studio wall, and the idea was that you search but don't know what you're looking for, and I felt that very much summed up the whole business of being a painter, is that you're constantly searching for something but you don't really know what it is, and you have to be open to whatever comes along. That's the inspiration for that painting. Time to Wait and See was inspired by sort of looking back to when I was growing up, and I just felt when I was younger that the future was sort of this huge vast thing, and there was no sort of rush to decide what path I was going to take, and there was no problem if I took some dead ends on the way, some wrong turnings. Whereas now, as I get older, I feel that there's this pressure of time. You have to know what you're doing rather than this sense of just waiting to see what happens. We Need to Know came about during lockdown, and it was just this very simple idea that we all have this basic need to know that we're not alone. I think a lot of people were very isolated, and it just sort of brought home the fact that we need other people. We need to know that there's someone out there who's feeling things too. I never seem to lack ideas and things to experiment with, and generally I'm doing 100 different things all at the same time in all directions. So recently I've been doing some screen printing, which I've enjoyed, and that's something I would like to pursue further, explore further. I bought a funny old car last year, a TVR Wedge, so it's about it's nearly 40 years old actually, and I bought it as an art car, so I'm going to paint it, and so that's another work in progress. The car is currently still being fixed, but hopefully sometime soon I'll start painting it. I don't really know how to paint cars, so that'll be a voyage into the unknown.